I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies. Now today, I have someone very special sitting next to me. We did our first and only job together 6 years ago. 6 years of friendship.
Oh my gosh.
It's the fabulous Georgina Castle.
Hello. Hi, friend.
I'm going to turn this way now. The problem is me and Georgina have the same perfect side, don't we?
Yeah.
Preference.
Well, one is just awful for me. I mean, this nose, it can only take a certain angle.
I'm with you. Same. Honestly, so you're not going to see my face for half of this pod. You're just going to see the beautiful Gina's face.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
So sweet.
How are you, firstly?
I am well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. This is so fun.
I feel like I've been pestering you for so
Well, you've been amazing, but the process for Mean Girls has just been so full on.
I know, I can imagine.
There hasn't been a spare second, as I know you know, because obviously you launched like 9 to 5 over here.
Yeah.
But it's just a different beast when it's
I know, you're in
original
demand.
show.
So I've got to say a massive thank you for just giving me 40 mins of Georgina Castle.
Oh my gosh.
We are so freaking lucky. Right, let's start off with the question I ask every single one of my guests. So you can do it for Regina or Doralee or Sophie, whatever one you choose. But what is your pre-show ritual?
So my pre-show ritual changes for every part. I feel like there's been a different level of anxiety with every role.
Yeah.
So at the moment, there's quite a lot of stuff happening. I'll do like my own vocal warm-up after warm-up just because Regina has some big old songs to sing.
It's huge.
Which are great and they're so much fun, but I just make sure that is really... And also the hay fever. Has it been messing you up as well?
I just feel like I'm dry.
All the time.
Constantly dry.
All the time. So I'm just constantly... fighting with that.
I'll send you a link. Oliver Saville introduced me to these tablets that you can only get from Germany, and they...
I love that. Sort me out.
They lube up
a bit
your
of dodgy
vocal
dealing.
I'll send you the link.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I will receive those.
It's changed my life because also I always find like hay fever tablets will dry you out.
Yeah, so
you've
then
got
you
to be
just get
careful.
into a vicious circle.
Yeah.
Because you keep sort of like decongesting everything. So yeah, hopefully that will calm down soon. And then I just like to sort of take a minute to listen to some of the music because it's so like sort of gets you in the zone.
And I always feel like, how long have you been doing it for now?
Like a week and a half.
Yeah, so that's still so early days.
It's still such early days. So I feel confident but not comfy.
Yes, that's like a few months away.
Yeah, exactly.
And how long's the contract for?
So we're booking until February currently.
Booking until February
2025.
I think that screams something to us. Currently, we're only booking until here, but TBC.
Yeah, we've got high hopes.
So let's just start with Mean Girls, okay?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is iconic. Your original Regina George in the West End production of Mean Girls.
It still doesn't feel like you're talking about me. I'm like, cute, what a nice thing. Like, that's not this guy. I stood outside the theatre the other day and I saw the Mean Girls posters, and obviously there are posters on the tube, which is so exciting. And I was looking at it and I'm like, it's still, it hasn't really sunk in. Yeah.
This is a huge deal, you know.
It is a massive deal. That was bad singing. I'm better.
I just feel like, so I got told you were playing Regina before it got announced. And did I message you?
Yeah, you did message me. You were like, I've heard a rumour. Is it true?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe.
I just think on the circuit right now, there was no one more perfect to play her than you.
That's so sweet.
But what I just find hysterical is Georgina is one of the sweetest, kindest souls, you know.
This is what makes me laugh.
But she loves a party. But you are. And now you're playing the biggest freaking bitch on the West End. Like,
well, I don't know whether to take it as a compliment. Like, just like you say, you're like, oh, you're so right for the role. I'm like, that's not a good thing.
Well, it's because you've got the pipes for it.
Thanks, mate. I'm just screaming my little tits off every night.
I'm obsessed. So, audition.
Yes.
Tell me, it came up.
It actually didn't come up. I went for lunch with some friends and, you get chatting about like what people are doing at the moment. And a friend of mine was like, oh, I just had a Mean Girls audition. And I was like, oh, I really would love to be in for that. But I thought I'd be a Karen, like 100%. So I messaged my agent. I was like, I'd love to be in for Regina, or Karen, either of those. And apparently they just came back and said, no, she's a Regina 100%. We'd love to see her. And it was a really nice process. I don't know how you feel about auditions, but some of them for me are great. Some of them I get really nervous about if I really, really want them.
Yeah, high hopes.
But I wasn't expecting this. So I just thought, oh, well, I'll just go and show them
what I've got.
My version, what I've got.
And it was enough.
It sort of, I think, calmed me down and it was enough.
So,
I believe it.
So basically you had no expectations and that worked in your favour.
Yeah, I think it just really took the pressure off and you could sort of just go in and get to play the part for that 15, 20 minutes that you're doing it. Because otherwise it can feel so much like a test. And actually I was just like, no, I want to just use this time to be Regina.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. And the team was so responsive and they laughed in all the right places, which
thank God.
is always such a relief. You're like, God,
I'm funny.
Okay. Make
Yes.
them laugh.
And how many times did you go in?
So I went in 4 times over the space of like 2 months. So there were quite big gaps.
Long
in between.
process.
Yeah. Long process. And then
Was there any moment in the audition process that you thought, this could be mine?
at the very end, because I was the only Regina on the last Saturday, we sort of did a chemistry reading and they paired me with a couple of different Karens and Gretchens. And I love them all. It's so fun because everybody brings a different energy to it. So on the very last day, I thought, wait, if I'm the only one here, does that mean I'm the only one in? But then you never know. There's no point in trying to work it out because you never know what they're thinking, do you?
And the thing is you want to manifest it, but you don't want to be disappointed. So it's like finding that happy, like mental balance.
Which is really hard to find. I think that takes time to sort of work it out. My boyfriend, Simon, he's been doing this a lot longer than both of us. He's an old man. No, he isn't really. He's very good at staying level and staying calm.
Logical.
Whereas as it gets towards the end of a process, I can still feel the excitement building, the anticipation building, and it's sort of just, like you said, finding that balance.
Yeah. Right, I just want to read you a couple of things that Georgina has done. Also, can I just ask, I couldn't find anywhere. Where did you train?
Oh, I went to the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama.
And where is that?
Very serious. In Swiss Cottage, North London.
And how old were you?
So I was 18, so I went straight after my A-levels and did the degree course.
For 3 years?
At Central for 3 years, yeah.
Wow, I couldn't find that anywhere. I was digging.
Oh, how funny.
I thought, I bet she's one of those people that just walked onto the West End.
No.
But no. She did the dirty work.
I did the dirty work.
She really did. So you have done... She's still very young, which I can't figure out how she's done all this. Sophie, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Were you covering her?
I covered her the first year and then stayed on
and played her.
And played the part. Yeah.
I love stories like that.
Oh, it was so fun.
How was that jump?
You know what? I felt really ready and excited for it by the time it came around because I'd sort of done it for a year or been in that world.
Yeah.
I was just absolutely chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
To get on and
how many times did you go on as the cover?
Not a lot, because Sonna Den Besten, who was Sophie, she was hardcore. I mean, she literally got hit off her bike by a car and then still came in and did the show. She was like an absolute trooper.
Icon.
A total icon. I was like, you're amazing. No, I'd be like, oh, I'm not well.
That would be me signed off for a week. Any excuse.
Get someone to write that up. Like, she's incapable. So I didn't go on loads, but I think when you feel really connected to a part, and I feel like Sophie is one of those that you can in a little way just sort of play yourself and just have fun with it, with your version straight away. So I felt quite comfy in that.
I love that. And it was so funny because when I saw Georgina and we were talking in the lift, you told me that you have makeup blindness at the minute.
I have gone completely makeup blind because, you do your show makeup every day and you become used to putting on that amount of rouge. I love a little bit of rouge, intense gloss. And I just looked in the mirror in the lift as we were coming up like, whoa, there's a lot of base. But it's the same in Mamma Mia. I would always be like, oh, I'm not brown enough, because we'd have to fake tan all the time.
Yeah, so in Mamma Mia, the cast have to fake tan how many times a week?
I think it's 2 or 3 times a week. But when I was doing it, this shows how old I am, we were encouraged to do sunbeds. I know. So we got unlimited use of sunbeds, which was dangerous, quite literally dangerous.
Quite dangerous.
So yeah, now it's the fake stuff that I like.
Yeah, okay. And what would you just get browner and browner, oranger and oranger?
Yeah, just completely tan blind.
I actually saw a trend on TikTok at the minute about eyebrow blindness. So I just love the fact that as West End Wendy's over here,
it applies to everything, doesn't it?
Makeup blindness is real.
It's a real thing.
How do you just do like a natural glow?
No, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know the answer to that question.
I know. It's so sad. Also, I just want to say I wasn't referring to myself as a West End Wendy then. I was referring to Georgina as a West End Wendy.
No, I think you can take that.
No, I don't think I can. Okay, so Dora Lee, 9 to 5, Town and Tour.
Yes.
This is where Georgina and I work together.
Well, almost Town. So that was my little personal COVID heartbreak, because I was meant to go into Town with the show, and then
you didn't.
And then COVID hit. No, so I never made it. Which I think makes Mean Girls at the Savoy even more special, because
that makes
I'm
me
actually
cry.
getting to perform there. I know.
You were always meant to.
There was something, it was calling.
Oh my God,
happen.
that actually makes me want to cry.
No, it feels very special.
So we went on tour together.
Yeah.
Was it 3 months? 3.5 months?
Yeah, it was very quick, wasn't it?
It was quick and over.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy, and we had fun.
Oh my God, we had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
You, me, and Louise.
Yeah, Louise Redknapp. It was 3 of us. We hit it off as soon as we met.
Yeah, we did.
I think we had like the same work ethic. So we work hard, but we do like to play hard as well. Yeah. And obviously we were on tour. Were we both single?
Yeah, it was also just the perfect time for us to like go out, have a giggle, have a drink. I mean, I don't know how our voices were doing it. I haven't got to that level of relaxation yet with with Mean Girls.
I do think sometimes like I could not drink like how I used to and do a show.
No.
How did we do that?
I don't know, but that is also just being 5 years younger, isn't it?
I know.
I mean, you're still a baby.
Carefree.
Yeah. Or maybe we were just so relaxed.
Maybe we just, it could have been that. But we had the best time, didn't we?
Oh, we had such a giggle. I loved it.
And then you went on to play, is it Marie?
Yes, Marie in Cinderella, so one of the evil stepsisters.
I didn't know whether it was Marie. I'm Welsh, you see. So
Marie's also cute.
Marie in Cinderella, which I saw you in.
Oh, I had the best time on that show.
Yeah.
I know it's been a little bit, complicated with how it ended. And I mean, it ended very abruptly, which was really, really sad. But the show was happening all the way through lockdown. So for me to have something to be doing and to look forward to was just a total saving grace. Like mentally. I mean, because you had Bring It On.
Yes.
We were just so lucky.
We were very fortunate in that situation.
I'd have found it even more difficult than I did.
Oh my gosh, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
But I loved that show. And there was lots of mixed reviews, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I'm so glad you did.
Very up my street with like the camp humour.
Yes.
I loved all that.
Well, with Emerald Fennell as our writer, she'd just written and directed Promising Young Woman and has now done Saltburn. Like, her brain is amazing.
Yeah.
She'd come out with things all the time and I'm like, that is hilarious and on the verge of unacceptable, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. And I'm loving it.
And I'm here for it.
Let's push the boundaries.
Yeah. So we had a great time. And we had such a great cast and everyone was just so pleased to be doing something new as well, which was also really fun.
Because you worked with Georgia Tapp, didn't you?
Yes.
And I went on
Back to the Future
with her. She was gorgeous.
She was one of our Cinderellas.
Was she cover Cinderella?
Yeah, she was cover Cinderella. She went on a couple of times and just blew the roof off with that hot chair of hers.
So explain to our viewers, how it ended abruptly.
So it ended, we were all under the impression that the show was going to keep going and they had recast it and I was going to stay on. And then at the interval, we got an announcement over the tannoy that just said, can we chat to you guys after the show about something really important? And everyone straight away just knew what that meant. I don't know if you know what this is. I've got an Aura ring which tracks my heart rate and like periods and sleep, and it's fantastic. And it sends a little alert to the hospital if like something goes wrong, because I've got asthma, if my asthma levels dip. And my heart rate went through the roof. I was just so like in shock that we were closing. So it just sort of started flashing, and I'm like, okay, it's okay, calm down. I don't need to go to hospital. I'm just upset. It's full on.
Gosh.
And then they told us after the show
that it was done.
that we were closing, which is always very, very sad.
It is very sad. I've been there. We Bring It On.
Yeah, my God, it's devastating.
Yeah. I think I cried more over that than any boy has ever made me cry.
Yeah.
Because we're emotionally invested.
You are. And I feel like this sounds judgmental of people who aren't in the industry, and it isn't. But I think unless you are in it, you don't realise quite how much you can eat, sleep, breathe. And also the product that we're selling is ourselves. I'm not going, here's this nice thing that I've made. It's like, no, here is me as this part, or trying to do a version of this part. So it's really vulnerable. You put so much into it. So when it disappears. So
then for it to just disappear.
Yeah, it's like,
off you go.
Off you go.
And then I'm making no money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And you just have to have faith that, you know, what's for you won't go by you and something else comes along.
And thank God you had faith.
Yes, because you gotta have faith.
Next, you have done Jovi in Elf the Musical.
Yes, with your sister.
And I came to see you in that as well.
I've worked with you both, which is so nice. I love that. It's a proper flex. I've worked with both the Davis sisters.
Both the Davis sisters. Who is the best?
On the spot. No, both of you.
She said me.
I love that.
You missed it, but she said me.
Cancelled off the podcast. You're not being invited back.
We are not editing this session. Which you were insane in.
Oh,
Can I just say?
you.
I just love the fact that you played this role, which was like just so, you just came on, you had this huge number and then you kind of just fucked off again.
It's so true. What a great track. She sort of walks on after a 40-minute break off stage,
and I
sings a
just
big
thought,
number.
How the friggin' hell did she manage to back such an easy, well, not easy gig, but like, you were chilling.
No, I was chilling. It was fantastic. And I mean, and then you've got, bless him, poor Simon Lipkin running around like an absolute blue ass fly, and I get to take the second bow. It felt so jammy. I was almost embarrassed coming out. I'm like, sorry about that, guys.
Oh, it's me. You did see me.
I just popped on for a quick wah and disappeared.
But it flew out. Yeah.
Thanks. Well, it's the only number. I had no excuse to not be warmed up and ready for that.
But that was a let me steal the show. You did it, you know.
My sparkly
Poor
dress.
Simon. But anyway, you ended up falling in love with him.
I know. I mean, I literally sang a song called Never Fall in Love with an Elf. And then I fell in love with an elf. Must have been the green shoes, the pointy elf shoes that did it for me.
It was the outfit.
Or the wig.
It was the wig.
It was the wig.
The wig did it.
Yeah.
That was just the icing on the cake, wasn't it? The cherry on the cake.
Just my type.
And are you happy?
Yeah, really happy.
God.
Yeah, we're still going really strong. He's about to do Fagin in Oliver. Which cracks me up because I just feel like Fagin and Regina are the most unlikely pair.
Oh my God, what pair?
I know. So he's currently growing out a beard. He's had his ears pierced. I'm not sure. It's a big commitment from me because he's then doing it in town for a year. So we've got that. We've got that for a while.
So let's hold off on the engagement. Yes. Those pics
can't have the engagement photo like that. Do you hear that, Simon? Do you hear that?
They will not be going on the gram if you do that.
Just one of the hand.
It will be on the private story.
No, he actually looks good with it, you know.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is it doing bits?
I'm into it. Sort of like a pirate sheet.
Do you feel like you're cheating on Simon with him?
Keeps it fresh.
And then Lisa in Dirty Dancing.
Oh, Lisa is such a fun part. Again, it's a little bit like Jovi. She sort of is in it and sort of floats about and gets like the odd, like lovely, hilarious bit. And then she comes out and does this super, super funny number where I just get to sing out of tune and boss the band around and make them go out of time. And yeah, it's just such a giggle. Making people laugh is
I was just about to
thing.
say, would you class yourself as a comedy actress?
I don't know if I would. I still find it hard calling myself an actress. How ridiculous is that? Like when people go, "Oh, are you a singer?" And I'm like, "Oh, sort of."
Yeah, I do. I know what you mean. That's
like,
for someone who's not in the industry. If you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a musical," they're like, "Do you sing?" I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
yeah." I really belt my tits off actually. I know that conversation,
but it's a weird thing because you sort of feel in a way like you're boasting. But in what other industry? It's like, "Are you a plumber?" "Oh, kind of." "No, I am. That's my job. That's what I do.
I get paid for it.
Yes. So we need to grow into that. We need to own that a bit more.
I would definitely say you're a comedy actress.
Thanks, Brent. Well, you're very funny. We had 9 to 5. What a gift of a show as well. It's just like punchline after punchline.
We got to smoke a spliff on stage.
Yeah, just be high as a kite.
High as a kite. That's
amazing. Always the best. With Marie, I got to be drunk. With Regina, I get hit by a bus and I'm high on painkillers. So I feel like this is now a recurring theme that she's always away with the fairies. Yeah, got a problem. Get me those Ollie Savile pills.
I will send you the link.
That is so funny. Not have seen that wink then.
Oh, another thing that we need to talk about, because I don't think people know this about Georgina. Her dad is a famous tennis player. Andrew Castle.
Oh.
Does anybody know that in this industry?
Well, it's funny because I put up a picture, like a Father's Day picture, and I had Jordan Murphy. He was
my Res Des at Back to the Future.
Yeah, he messaged me and he's like, "Why does that guy look familiar?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I sort of forget that. Yeah, maybe you might know him from tennis or
from the telly."
Yeah.
If you Google Andrew Castle, you'll be like, "Oh my God, everybody knows him. He's like the nation's sweetheart."
I know that face.
But it's so funny because basically Georgina will go to Wimbledon, won't you?
Oh, I love it. I love I've been so spoiled in that. Yeah, we've been able to go.
I actually think in our media.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at this.
Well, I haven't taken you. Have you been?
No, I'd love to go. I would love.
I can't wink, so I essentially just blinked at the camera.
I would love to go, but I would never ask you, like, please, can you take me? Because that's just not me.
Oh, I love that. Well, the conversation's done. We'll go.
My God, really?
Yeah, I'm so excited. We'll have a great time.
Okay.
Have all the Pims, strawberries and cream.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Probably just one punnet because it's so expensive.
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Look, I took this video of Georgina and Simon at the tennis.
Don't do anything inappropriate. Yeah, exactly.
Because I know
picking your nose. Yeah.
And she was just there. I was watching the tennis and she was literally just there in the back looking like this angel. And I just thought,
you're so sweet. Well, I wore green.
That person.
I looked like I was trying to match with all the tennis courts. And
all
I was.
You could see was your head.
Yeah, like a green screen. The tennis is happening across my chest.
I love that. But do you feel like your dad, being in the industry, that television industry, you had like an insight to that life? Has it helped in any way with like growing and being the person that you are?
I think, yeah. And growing up, my mum and dad were always very open. I think now they sort of regret how open they were, but I don't at all. I'm so glad because we're a really, really close-knit family. But they were very open about the highs and lows of like contract negotiations or whether something's going to be renewed or who else is in for this TV presenting gig or is there somebody coming after your job? But, you know, all of the things that can happen. So I feel like I went into the industry very aware of the highs and the lows, which is really important.
Rather than, because when I first graduated, I was naive.
Well, you don't know, do you?
You don't.
How can you know if you hadn't had any experience of it? And when I said to my dad, like, I would love to pursue acting and singing, he was really scared, like genuinely scared, because
he knows what it's like to be in between jobs.
And to be self-employed your whole life, whether it be acting or doing another profession, is difficult, not knowing when the next paycheck is coming in. But I just love it. And I feel like if you have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I did. But it's not a meritocracy. Like the best people don't necessarily do the best.
No.
It's a little bit of luck and timing.
Being in the right room at the right time.
Yeah, 100%.
Being available at the right time. You know, you might sign a year contract and then a gig comes along and you think, I'd have loved to have done that.
Well, that would have been a great fit or a great next move.
But timings and luck is completely that.
And you have to sort of just trust the journey that you're on with it.
Yeah.
Just go, okay, well, that bit's out of my control. I'll just control the controllables.
Yeah, I love that. Now, I could chat to you all day long, but we're running out of time. I can ask you one question from the public. Okay. If you could play any other role in Mean Girls, which one would it be?
Damien.
Oh, I've heard he's amazing.
Love Damien. He's amazing. I was genuinely belly laughing at everyone in the rehearsals. It's just, I feel like everyone is a really nice fit for their part and is finding new things. And I feel like Damien, it's such a fun role, and Tom smashes it out the park. But everybody gets comedy moments and heartfelt moments.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of them are good, which is also really rare.
I just think it's really good that if they go into a second year, we know that Georgina will then go on to play Damien.
Yeah, exactly. I'll put that in the contract negotiation. I'll stay for Damien.
Yeah. And Damien.
And only Damien.
But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. This has been so fun.
Thank you for listening. Bye.